This is 2015 part 2, question number 1-4. A bank providing internet facilities to its customers to transfer money, pay bills such as electricity, telephone, etc. Why? An organization using an isolated computer network within a building. C. A network linking a head office, a company in Colombo with its branches in the city. Identify and write down the type of computer network. Okay, Jimendi, what is XYZ? Yes. Yes, Muru send me the answers. How about the others? Nilana, Jimendi send me the answers. How about Vishmi? Yes, if you start with the X, banking facility is customers. That means for everybody, isn't it? All over the country, hopefully. And it says internet banking facility, so it should be WAN, wide area network. Good. So X should be wide area network. Jimendi, make a note of this. Yes, because when you say internet banking facilities, it provides for everyone. So that's the largest network we could have. Then why an organization using the isolated network within the building? So when we created a network within a building, we said it's a local area network. That's correct, I think, for everyone. Then the C, last one, it's about a network within a city, within 16 kilometers. If you remember the area that could cover by metropolitan, usually we say it should be within 16 kilometers. So usually within the city, if you're putting a network, right? So that means we will have wide area metropolitan area network. Right, next one, we have a small question. We need to convert binary to equal in octal. Show your steps. Right, we'll start with the whiteboard. So let me share the whiteboard. The question is, we need to convert 1 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 in binary. We want to make it octal. So I want Taraka. Taraka, can you provide the answer? You can use, you can write down in the same board. Taraka, are you there? Tarak, I think you can use the same my board.
Sir, me octal
Octal, yes. Convert this is octal. Take a pen. No, I want you to do the same board. Can you draw in the same board? තරකට පුළුවන්ද මගේ කියම් පුතේ කරන්න? All right. ඔය ඇඳින්. Or you can just type it. There's a text. Yes, we are making a group of 3, right? Okay, good, Taraka. The answer is 3 to 5 in A. Good. Thanks. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one. In ASCII code, letter is represented as a decimal 65. There are a few codings we have discussed under this. Determine the binary representation of the letter D. Letter D. Yes. Somebody can show me. So I will put the whiteboard again. So what we know is A is 65. Now what we need is for D. Yes. Miru, can you show me like how do you get the answer? Can you use a whiteboard like Taraka? Yes, Miru. How about Jimindi? So ASCII means how many bits, if you remember? In ASCII representation, how many bits? Yes. How many bits? So it should be 7 bits, isn't it? So D means A, B, C, D. You have to add 3 for this, or else. So the value should be 68, isn't it? This should be 68. So the binary represent either you can divide by 2. So or else you can put the positional values. or 64. So we have to have 7 boards. Jimendi, you have to select normally the drawings. There should be a place where you can find the pen, and then you should be able to write it down. So in my case, it's just set whiteboard, and then I can find the pen from here. හැමෝම බලන්න පුතේ අඳින්න බලන්න ඉරි කැල්ල පොඩ පැත්තකින් මේ හරි දැන් මම ඉරක් යන්ද මෙතන යටින් යටින් ඉරි අඳින්න බලන්න බලමු කී දෙනෙකුට පුළුවන්ද කියලා බෝඩ් එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න right මියුරු හරි තාරක කලින් සැරේ කරා how about the others Lasindu can also draw Vishmi can also draw Jimendi can you find the pen there will be a pen where you can draw it might be the browser okay I didn't check with the browser Nilana. Now my browser ke check කරලා නෑ පුතේ පුතා log වෙන්නේ browser එකෙන් නම් සමහරට බැරිද දන්නේ නෑ. Okay. So in that case yes. Right? So anyway it's okay. If you can't draw I mean let me know I know this. So let me start with 68. So that means 64 that is 1. The remaining is 4. So this is 1, 0, 0. So that means 1, 0, 0, 0. 1, 0, 0 is the answer. It should be 68. Okay, let me clear this. I will clear. So let's move on to the next one. We'll have a new share. The question number 7. Right? Consider the following figure showing mail to Pial, Nachima, Meena, Tony, Kamala, and Aseri, right? By the secretary of the chess club. So this is how they have sent. We have 2 CC, BCC. We have Pial and Nachima to send 2. Copied to Meena and Tony, and BCC to Kamala and Aseri, right? Now there are a couple of statements. You have to say whether they are true or false. The first one, it says Kamala sees that the mail was sent to Aseri. Kamala sees that the mail was sent to Aseri. What do you think? Chaturya, what do you think? Is it true or false? අපි ඊමේල් යවද්දී අපි මේක try කරා විශ්මි මට උත්තරේ එවලා තියනවා දැනට ඔව් චාතුර්ය it's false right I got answers only from Vishmi and Chaturya yes oh Lasindu as well it's false because when you are in the BCC you can't see the other users in the BCC blind carbon copy this information will not send to anyone once you receive email you know you can see 2 and CC fields but not any of BCC fields so Kamala does not know whether this has sent to Asiri and Asiri also does not know this right so A is false good B, Meena. Meena sees that the email sent to Pial and Aseri. Meena sees that mail. Where's Meena? Meena is in CC. And she sees this sent to Pial. That's true. And Aseri, no. None of them can see where the BCC goes. So because of that, B is also false. Good. Then we say Tony sees that mail sent to Meena. Tony is in CC, Meena in CC, that they both can see each other. So which means C is true. And D, PL sees that the mail was sent to Najima. Mail sent to Najima, PL, yes, they both can see each other. So the answers are A, false, B, false, C, true, D, true. I got the correct answers from Taraka, two answers from Vishmi, Muru, and also from Blasindu. Okay, I want everyone to send me the answers. Okay, good. So let's move on to the eighth one. Right, what are the names of 1, 2, 3, and 4? Okay, Jimindi, now you can draw. Yes. So I want you to use the name of gyms. Yes, what is the first one? This is slightly different from the gym. So in 2015, they mostly put Photoshop, right? So this is crop and resize according to gym, and the symbol, let me show you the symbol. Then the next one is select fussy. The second one should be select fussy. The first one is actually, according to GIMP, it should be crop and resize. The symbol is slightly different. The second one we call select fussy in GIMP. And the third one, yes, it's a cloning tool. In GIMP also we use the same name, and you have a similar. And fourth one is it's not a move tool, Nilana. It's a hand tool. It's a hand tool. Right, now according to what you have given, so here is the answers. We can whatever is given, we have to use this one. So right now this is crop tool, the first one, and then second one is magic wand tool. So this is the second one, and then third one is the clone stamp tool. So this is the third one, and the next one is a hand tool. Yes, but in GIMP, as I told you this, so the name for this, as I told you earlier, we can just type so in this one is it says crop and resize. This one we says select fussy, clone tool, hand tool. There's no change for last two. Okay, good. Let's move on to the ninth one. Consider the following two categories, A and B. Create A consists some activities of the system development life cycle. In the category B contains some minor related activities. This is slightly different from what we have learned. So I'm not going to discuss in detail. Let me give you answers. The coding is related to programming language. It's the same. And the feasibility study, that means we are going to provide interviews. Feasibility study means whether you are capable of doing this. So that's monetary resources. And the third one is system analysis, collector requirements. So that is interviews. So system design, it's the interfaces. But these phases is slightly different from what we have discussed in the system like development life cycle, right? In the new syllabus after 2015, there's a syllabus change. In the new syllabus, we didn't discuss the feasibility as such. Feasibility means the possibility of putting up information system. අපිට information system එකට හදන්න ආර්ථික ශක්තියක් තියෙනවද, ටෙක්නොලොජි අපිට තියෙනවා, තාක්ෂණික ශක්තියක් තියෙනවා, මෙන්න මේ දේවල් තමයි අපි feasibility study එකේදී කතා කරේ. Right, monetary means like whether you have the financials to put up a new information system. So that's what we discussing here, right? So let's move on to the last one. Last one. I think we have done couple of times. Can you fill the table, or you can just send me using the chat? Shall we start the first one? So initially we know that, I will put 0 here. Initially we know that sum is 0 and then n is 16. So that we know. Yes. Can you send me the first iteration? Now you are checking whether n is greater than or equal to 10. N is 16. 16, is it greater than or equal to 10? Then what will happen? Can you send me the values for the first cycle? Yes, Lasindu, send me the answers. Correct, Lasindu? Nilana, correct. Muru, correct. About Jimendi? Vishmi? Yes, Vishmi also said. Jimendi? මෙතනදී මොකද වෙන්නේ? while loop එක තියෙනවා. while loop එකේ 16 එන්නේ 16 10ට වඩා වැඩිද ඔව්. එහෙනම් මොකද වෙන්නේ? sum එකට n එකතු කරනවා. So what will happen? Sum plus n. So 0 plus 16. So this becomes 16. Then what is n now? You subtract 2, right? So n currently is 16 minus 2. So this becomes 14, isn't it? So this becomes 14. Okay, Chatur has sent me all the answers. Good. So then what will happen? Next iteration. I'm waiting for, okay. So what is the next iteration? Can you send me the answers? Second iteration. Yes, I got from Nilana. Nilana, can you check the sum, please? Yeah, that's correct. Yes. Rasindu, can you check the answer? Sum plus n. What is sum? It's 16. N is 14. Rasindu, how do you get 36 in your case? Yes. So the second round, now n is 14. You are checking whether it's greater than 10. So that means sum plus n. Sum is 16 plus 14. Yes, this becomes 30. And you subtract 2, so this becomes 12. Good. How about the answers for the third line? Can you send me the answers for the third line? Now n is 12. You are checking whether 12 is greater than or equal to 10. Yes. Now what will happen? Yes, Nilana, good. Your answers are correct. Muru, correct. Tharaka, correct. Vishmi, correct. Jimendi, correct. Good. So you add in these two, 30 plus 12, this becomes 42. And then you subtract 2 from 12. So this becomes 10. Good. Can you send me the last one? Answers. Now 10. N is 10. You are checking whether greater than or equal to 10. So what will happen now? Yes, I got the answers from Nilana. Correct. Lasindu, correct. Jimendi, correct. Yes, you have to add 42 plus 10. So this becomes 52. And then this will be 8, isn't it? Yeah. Nero also sent the answers. Good. With that one, we finished discussing the question number 10. So let's move on to the question number 2 there. Good. So we have given a spreadsheet, education indicators. The first question, what is a single spreadsheet function that can be used in B3 to display the total number of schools for 2008? B3. B3. So how do you get this? Total number of schools for 2008. Yes, what is the equation? Yes, we have to sum up government schools, private, and Pirivenas. So the equation is equal sum. That's correct for most of you. I got answers from Muru, Chimendi, and Nilana. And then the range is going from B4 to B6. So the correct answer is equal sum B4 to B6. That's good. Let's move on to B. What will be the formula displayed in C3 if the formula copied B3 to C3? So what happen if you copy this first one? What will be the answer if you copy it to C3? Yes. Whatever you have written earlier, you are now going to copy to C3. The question asks, what is it? What is the equation? Once you copy it. Yes, Muru. As Muru said, correct answer. Chimendi, correct answer. Taraka, correct answer. Yes, it changed one column. So the answer should be equal sum within bracket. Now this time it should be C4 to C6. C4 colon C6. Good. Let's move to the next one. Student teacher ratio government schools is calculated by dividing the number of students in government schools by total number of teachers in the government school. What is the formula be written in B14 to display students ratio government school in 2008? We need to find out student teacher ratio in government school. Student teacher ratio, right? In government schools. So we want to put it up here. Yes. What is the equation we have to write down? So first of all, you have to find out total students in the government school, isn't it? And then you have to find out how many teachers in the government school. Yes, anyone? Yes, I got the correct answer from Muru. Nilina, can you check the answer again? Nilina, we have to divide the number of students in government schools by number of teachers in the government school, not with the schools. Yes. Nilana, your answer is not complete. You are getting 0 marks. Because when you write an equation or function, you must put equal sign. Otherwise, you'll get 0 marks. So Nilana, make a note of this. So the answer is equal. Then we can remember that equal sign is necessary. Otherwise, you will get 0 marks. This is student to teacher ratio. Students in government school is this one. So that means B8. So we have to get B8. And then we have to divide by the number of teachers in the government schools. So total teachers here. So that is B12. So you just put B12. So this is the answer. Some of you have put a brackets, but bracket is not mandatory, right? It's just two numbers, two number divisions. Okay, good. Let's move on to the last one. Suggest a more suitable graph type to show comparison between number of government school, private school, and perimeters for the given 3 years. Number of government schools. So that means here. Number of private school. So that means the range is here. We ought to represent this part as a graph. What are the graphs that we should use? Yes? Shehan? Shehan, can you send me the answer? Yes, Jimint, your answer is correct. Nilana, correct? Yes. So there are a couple of answers we can think about this. So you can use either bar charts or column charts, right? So I got the correct answer from Shehan, Miuru, Nilana, and Jimenti. Okay, so that's the part one of question number 2. Let's move to the part number 2, question 2, part 2. You have to say whether it's true or false. These are there's a set of statements about the spreadsheets. Spreadsheets can put the statements. We want to find out whether they are true or false. Wish me your answers are correct. How about the others? Remember, we use autofill facility. What do you mean by autofill? Once you have copy or write down something, you can copy it to adjacent cells. Can we do this for the a range of adjacent cells? Yes, range of adjacent cells. Yes, it's possible, right? Yes, Shehan also gave the correct answers. Good. Jimendi, yes, your answers are correct. Yes, Muru, correct. Nilana? Yes, correct answer. So let's discuss. Autofill facility, you can use it for range of cells, so that is true. And then text entries in the cells get right aligned. Yes, usually when you put a text, yes, it's left aligned, right? Not right, left aligned. And then when you put a number, it will be the right aligned. So B is false. It is possible cell borders to appear in spreadsheet printout. Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. You can display it. D, is it possible to hide rows and columns? Yes, it's possible. By pressing Control Home, it's moved to A1. I don't know whether we have discussed this. Yes. Whenever, wherever you are, when you press Control and Home keys together, it will come to A1. So that is also true. When you say Control Page Up, yes, next worksheet, no. So that's not the way to go to the next worksheet. Yes. So that's false. Okay. So let's move on to the question number 3. So we have XY said sports in the shop sells sports items which are supplied to the shop by several suppliers. The shop maintains a database with 3 tables to store the items currently in stock. Their suppliers and the items purchased for the suppliers. So it's given here. We have 3 tables: item table, supply table, and purchase table. Question number 1. ITAS list 2 primary key fields and their table names in the above database system. I want everybody to answer, give me the primary keys for all the tables. Originally, the question was only for 2 tables, but I want you to give me the primary key fields for all the 3 tables. Yes, let's start. Yes, Gmail is set for the item table. Yes, that's the correct answer for the primary key for the item table. Yes. How about the others? Yes, Muru answers item table correct. Supplier table correct. Yes, purchases. That's also correct. Wish me, yes. Supply table, yes, your answer is correct. Item table, okay, correct. How about the purchase table? Yes, Jimendi, for the purchase table, your answer is correct. Yes. Yes, let's start. The item table, we know that it should be unique. The primary key is the field that can be used to uniquely identify each of the rows. So there's no duplicate allowed. So which means definitely this is the best suitable answer. So this will be the primary key. So that is so that should be the item ID. So same goes with the supply table. So the supply ID is the one we have to select, right? But if you take purchase table, you can't use supply ID itself because it's repeated. Item ID, you cannot, but you can combine the two. So the primary key for the purchase table is both supply ID and item ID. Okay, let's move on to the part 2. The shop decided a new item tennis ball to purchase 30 items from the supplier Rita on the date 22nd night. What tables need to be updated? Okay, what are the new records? Yes, let's start. Yes. First of all, tell me what are the tables you need to update it? Yes, Jimendi? What tables need to be updated? So you are taking a new item, isn't it? You are taking new item, which means we have to change the item table, yes, as Jimendi said. What else? Do you want to change the supplier table? No, right? Rita is already there. Yes, we have to change the purchase table. Yes, Chatur has said purchase table. So we have to make changes in item table and purchase table. Good. Yes. What are the, write down the new records in the relevant tables. Can you put that one as well? Yes. Yes, can you write down the changes that you had put item table? Just send me the row that you are going to write down in the item table. Shehan, can you send me uh, the row that you are going to insert for the item table? Yes, Nilana send me the answers. Good. How about the others? You mean the send the answers? Yes, good. Chaturya, good. Yes. So that should be P5. So this should be P05. And this is tennis ball, right? So after this, we have say tennis ball. I will put TB and then stock is 30. Right. So that B is the answer. How about the entry in purchase table? Okay, Mio already sent me the both item table and purchase table. Good. Yes, Nilana also I got the answer from purchase table. Yes, Shehan, can you send me the answer for the second one? So the date is 22nd, isn't it? So this is 22nd and this is 9. Supply is Rita. So that means S02. So this should be S02. Item ID, we know that there is new item. So this is P05. And the purchases number should be 30. Okay, I got the correct answers from Chimendi, Nilana, Muru. Yes, as well as Tarak. Okay, third one. A customer buys one volleyball and one bat. Now, what should happen? Volleyball कोई bat कोई गन्नो. So what should happen now? What tables need to be updated for this event? Yes. What tables need to be updated? Can you send me the answers, please? Yes, we have to change the item table. Muru, Chimindi and Nilana said item table, yes. You have to update this. What are the changes? Can you write down the changes? Because you are going to buy volleyball and a bat. Now what happens when you purchase it? What will happen? Yes. Okay, so one thing is whenever the person purchase a volleyball, yes, this should be make it to 9, isn't it? Now 10 should be 9. Then the bat 25 should be 24. I got the correct answers from Jimendi. But remember, Jimendi, when you write the answer, you have to write the complete row, right? Starting from the first one. So that means you have to say item ID, item name, and stock. Let me, I think, type it. No, this is the way you should answer, right? So the answer for this should be like this. Now we have a couple of things. First of all, item ID. So that should you have to list. Then item name. That also you have to put the value. And then stock. So in the exam, you have to type all these three. So the first one is P04. So that is the volleyball. We have to say volleyball. And then the stock, we know that it should be 9. Then P02. So it should be bat. And the stock should be 24. So this should be the answer, right? So you have to type like this. You have to put the labels, and then you put the 2 lines, not just the bat and the volleyball values. Okay, so with that one, we finish question number 3 as well. Let's move to the next one then. Question number 4. Assume that your friend says telemedicine is taking medicine from home by contacting a doctor over phone. Explain why your friend's statement is incorrect. Write down an example to illustrate the correct use of telemedicine. So what do you mean by telemedicine first? Yes, without physically meeting, over the phone, over the messages, video conferencing facilities, if you are connecting with the consultant or medical professional, right? Usually that comes under telemedicine. But you can't always just contact the doctor over phone. It will not consider as a telemedicine. Yes, Jimendi said. There are a couple of reasons why this statement is incorrect. The first one, if a patient talks to the doctor directly, it will not counted as a telemedicine. අපේ කිව්වොත් එහෙම රෝගියෙක් වෛද්‍යවරයෙක් එක්ක කතා කළ පමණින් ඒක අපි ටෙලිමෙඩිසින් කියලා කියන්නේ නැහැ. ඒකට එක හේතුවක් තමයි රෝගියාට සමහරට රෝග ලක්ෂණ තනියම කියන්න හැකියාවක් නැහැ. එහෙම පුළුවන් නම් ඉතින් දොස්තරලා ඕනේ, right? So the reason is then you have to have someone there to help patient's condition diagnosis, right? So to identify the patient condition, you have to have somebody, usually some medical professional, right? So they are to, correctly describe the symptoms to the physician. So because of that, it's incorrect. Second statement, someone says he installed a virus scanner on his home computer 6 months ago and then he had never had the internet connection at home. Explain why his computer may not have protection from new virus attacks. Yes, shall we start? When it comes to viruses, you have to have a regular updates, isn't it? Yes. Only I got the answers from Kimeti. Uh, because viruses, new viruses are keep on adding. Alut viruses puthe nitara meno. Then if you do not update your virus scanner, especially virus definitions, then there's a risk of infecting with new viruses. So remember that you have to keep on updating this, right? Although you don't have internet access, right? But then viruses can come from USBs, for example. So because of these reason, so he might not have the required protection. Okay, so let's move on to the third one. Explain one ethical issue related to the use of personal information stored on a information system. Your answer should include one example to illustrate an unethical act related to the privacy of information. Yes. One ethical issue. personal information in a information system. The උදාහරණයක් විදිහට පුතාලගේ තොරතුරු මම තියාගෙන ඉන්න database එක. What are the ethical issues? ඔව් පුතාලගේ නානුයි address ටිකයි phone numbers ටිකයි මන් තියාගෙන ඉන්නවා. WhatsApp numbers ඔක්කොම. Can I give this to somebody else without your permission? පුතාලගේ අවසරයෙන් තොරව මට මේක දෙන්න පුළුවන්ද කාටවත්? හරි විදිහට නම් බෑ, සදාචාරම විදිහට නම් මට බෑ දෙන්න. ඒක තමයි ethical කියන්නේ. It's not ethical if I give this to somebody else. Isn't it? අපේ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ අවසරයක් නැතුව මම ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ තොරතුරු කාට හරි පිට කෙනෙකුට දෙනවා නම් අපි කියන සදාචාරාත්මක නැහැ. It's not ethical. Right? share කරන්න පුළුවන්. I have to get the consent. මම අහලා පුතාලගේ පුතේ මෙහෙම කට්ටියකට පුතාලගේ තොරතුරු දෙනවා. If you say yes, then I can give. Otherwise, it's considered as not ethical. So remember, it's very, very important. So basically, when we say ethical issues, especially misuse of your personal information, right? Without the permission from those who are the persons, right? Without their permission, you should not share with anyone. Yes, Miro, your answer is correct. Okay, last one. Your friend says he does not keep a backup his data as he is installed a firewall. Do you agree with him? State reasons for your answer. Yes, one of your friends says, okay, I don't need to make backups because I have a firewall. What do you think? Yes? Yes? What do you think? Lasindu, what do you think about this statement? Are you in agreement? No, right? Why do you use a firewall? What do you need? What is the use of a firewall in a network environment? Yes, firewalls we use to control those who can come into a network, especially prevention of hacking. Only reliable connections were allowed when you have a firewall. So the answer basically is it's no. Yes, do you agree? No. And the reason is firewall not used for data backing up. Data backup we have not used. It's actually we use to prevent unauthorized access, right? Those who are coming in from the outside as well as information going from our premises to the others. So we will use this, right? So the backing up is very, very important. So there could be a fire, there could be a flooding, physical damages could happen to your system. So you may lose data. So that's why you need a backups. Okay, last one. Provide two reasons why one should not use pirate software. Yes. Now, when we want purchase software, we go to a shop and we get a pirated version of the copy, or you use internet to download pirated software. So, what are the changes or dangers of putting this? Yes, pirated software. First one, piracy is illegal. It's a punishable offense even in Sri Lanka. People can protect their work. Digital security schemes are there, so it's illegal or unethical. Yeah, the second reason is whenever you have pirate software that might hack your computer, some unmodded unnecessary software might run on the background and you never know, it will consume your bandwidth as well, right? And especially there could be viruses. So because of all these, right, uh, you should not use pirate software, especially in an office environment, because in your case, if you have a computer and something goes wrong, you can format it and you can get it up. But it's not the case for existing organizations. Okay, so that's about the question number 4. Let's start with question number 5. Yes. Assume that the monthly payment for tea plucking employees in a tea state are calculated based on the weight of the tea leaves that they pluck daily. The payment process is performed manually at present, and it is proposed to automate the process. Send two methods that can be used to understand the requirements of the proposed systems. If the work process to be yes, how do you collect the requirements? Yes, Nilana, how do you collect the requirements? Oh, අවශ්‍යතා ටික අපි කොහොමද හොයාගන්නේ? What techniques we have to use? Yes, interviewing, as Nilana said, discussions, as Nilana said. How about the others? Yes, observation. So the answers are you can use interviews, discussions, questionnaires, observation, document reviews, sampling, all these can come under the first one. B, write down the input data and output information of the proposed system. Okay, what is input? What is the output of this system? Yes. What is input data? Jibendi, what is input data? So this is about plucking, sorry. T plucking. What are the input data? Taraka? Yes, Muru said it's the weight of leaves plugged by each employee. Yes, good. Taraka? Another input, please. So weight of leaves is 1, or weight of leaves by a particular person, employee. Oh, I mean, you can also find out the weight plucking in every day. So that's possible. Right, let's move on to C. Unit testing is a one testing method that can be used to test the above system. Right, one other testing method. There are 4 testings we have discussed. Can you name the 4 testing? Yes. First of all, unit testing. So each injured, items we test each other. Then we have integration testing. So you actually check the unit wise. Then we have a system testing. We take the system as a whole. And finally, we provide these to customers and get their feedback. We call acceptance testing. Tharaka sent the correct answers as well as Jimendi. Right. Okay. Newly proposed software can be deployed using either parallel implementation or direct implementation. Now, when you are going to implement the system, so you can go for parallel or you can go for direct. Which method you use? One reason. Yes, which one? So what do you mean by direct? Here direct means when you have a new system and old system, you completely stop the old system and continue with the new system. So in parallel, what will happen? You maintain both old and new, and it's safe. So parallel is safe. It's more safer than the direct implementation. So as Jimendi said, the direct employment, then you have to put the reason why you have selected the direct employment. As Nilan said, if it is parallel, you have to say why you are selecting parallel, right? So in my case, I go for parallel deployment because if something goes wrong in the new system, you can, go back at any time, right? But if you are really sure about the new system, then, and if it is used by many, then you can go for direct employment, right? So depend on what you use, and then you have to justify with the reason. Okay, the second part of this question, yes, what are the steps? Can you quickly send me the answer? So assume that you want to find information on environmental conservation from the internet. The relevant activities involved are given in the list below. Write down the given activities in the correct order. You are only required to write down the labels. Shall we start quickly? Yes, Muru send me the answer. Good. Answers are correct. Chimendi, answers are correct. How about the others? Vishmi, correct. Chaturya, correct. Nilana, correct. Okay. So first one, you have to log into the computer, and then you have to connect to the internet using the relevant software. Then you have to open the search engine and you have to type is environment conservation. So almost everyone got the correct answers. I got answers from Nilana, Chaturya, Vishmi, Chimendi, and Muru. Thanks, guys. Okay. So having said that, let's move to the next question. Question number 6. So we have given a list of commands in HTML document. 1 to 10, you have to select from this given list. Yes, let's start the first one. After HTML, what is first one? H1. After HTML, we have 1. What should be 1? Yes, it should be head, right? So first of all, you have to have head. And then after that, we have body. Then we have 2, 3, 4. What do you have? 2, 3, 4. Yes. What is 2 then? So we have 2 things included here. The message and image. So the both are actually centered. So this should be centered. Then you have third one. It should be header anyway. So in my case, That's the biggest header we can have. We will say H1 for the time being. So I'm going to say a third. Right? So this should be H1. Then you have an image, fourth one. So that should be IMG. We got the correct answer from Jimendi and Muru. So it should be IMG. Then what do you have? You have to have a line that is 5. So how do you get a line to separate out? Yes, fifth one, it's a line, right? It separate out the content. If you go back, so this is what the number 5 is. Yes, what is it then? Chaturya, your answer is correct. Yes, that should be HR, right? So this is the line HR. So after HR, we have a paragraph that is 6. So how do you represent paragraphs? Yes, Muru, your answer is correct. So it's a paragraph, Jimendi. It should be paragraph, not a formatting. So the paragraphs we start with P. So end with /P. The next, we have to have 5 simple way, another header. So earlier we have used H1. Yes, that should be H2, right? So H1 is the largest one. Then we have to have this. Now then we need to, get these bullet points. Yes, 8. Number 8, what should be the answer from the list given to you? Yes, we have H2, then 8. We know that this should be unordered list. Chatura, your answer is correct. Muru, yes. And then after H, we have to have list elements. So that's 9. This is list elements. Good. Muru got the correct answer. And finally, 10th one is this. Any guesses? What should be the answers? Yes, it should be HREF, Jimendi. Good. So this is hyperreference HREF. So it won't that difficult, I guess. Right. Let's move on to the next one. Part 2. Give me the answers for the to filling the blanks. Right. First one, can be used to properly view HTML file. How do you view HTML file? Is it switch, modem, hub, URL, web browser, web authority, software, web server? Yes. For viewing, what are we going to use? Yes, first one is web browser. We got the correct answers from Taraka, Lasindu, Vishmi. Yes. So we can use a browser to properly view the HTML file. So that should be the answer. A file on the web is uniquely identify the file on the web, right? You'll uniquely identify using a, yes, URL, universal resource. Then HTML file may be created by using simple text editor or a web authority tool. So the answer is web authority tool is the third one. Uh, may contain hypermedia document related to particular organization. And last one, let's do a can be used to convert analog data to digital. So that's a model, right? And D, so it should be web server. It should be web server. Okay, guys, I think we will stop for today. We have discussed the 2015 second one. I missed the question number 7. Hatwini ka vitarai puthi apit discuss karana baruwe. I want you to work on this and send me the answers in the WhatsApp. If you do not have any question, then we will stop today. Thanks.